Alright, what's up people? This is SiTHFuRioN, and right now we're going to be checking out the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. But before we get into any of it, I feel like I need to kind of say one or two things. Okay, very quick, right? Last week's episode. Yes, I didn't really like the episode. I thought it was very slow-paced and kind of dull in parts. A lot of people commented saying, oh, it's Michael Cutlet's debut at directing. You know, so like you kind of should kind of like give him a bit of like leeway because it was his first time ever doing it. And this, okay, fine. I completely acknowledge it was his first time directing, and he actually did a real good job. There were some shots, like I even said about how like having the camera locked on the back of Rosita as she's running was real nice. The drone shots and everything was real good. From what I saw, his first time directing, he did a real good job. I'm actually intrigued in seeing more of his work going into the future. But as far as the actual episode itself, that's got nothing to do with him. That's got nothing to do with him. He didn't write the script. He's not a producer or anyone who kind of like says, okay, this is how the episode's going to be. You know, like, okay, look at it like this. Let's say you're the head executive of a TV show, and you have someone coming in to direct an episode, but they've never directed before. Never. What are you really going to give them? Are you going to give them the big budget mid-season finale where there's so much going on, loads of action and big things that's going to set up the rest of the show? And are you going to give them that? Or are you going to give them a really slow-paced, kind of a simple format episode? I mean, really, like, no disrespect to Michael Cutlet. Like I said, he did a great job, but that episode was a basic, structured episode. You've basically got two storylines. Yes, you've got like the part of Rosita running around, and apparently they filmed loads of stuff, but in the editing, they cut out loads of it. But like, the base of the episode was basically two simple formats of characters sat around talking. You've got Daryl and Carol sat around a campfire chewing dialogue. You've got Michonne sat on a horse while the new group are sat in a wagon by her side, and they're just talking. Nothing's really happening. And then right at the end, there's like an action set piece, like Daryl with the dog, and then the action set piece was with Michonne and the new group and the herd and everything. It was a very basic kind of formatted episode. I mean, in all honesty, like if I was going to direct for the first time, I would want something kind of basic just so I can get my feet under the table and get used to being in that director's chair. If you see what I'm saying, you don't want to have some big thing that's kind of out of your hands and it's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? So to a certain degree, I think they gave him that episode on purpose because they knew it was a slower paced episode, and maybe they thought it was something that he could handle, being a first time director and all, you know what I mean? I just thought the episode could have been so much better. You know, just the format, the way that it was written, like they could have set up the mid-season finale so much more. And now that they don't have Rick, the main character, to lean on, they really have to focus on bringing other characters up to that main focus now. You know, Michael Cutlet did a great job. Like some people commented like I was being disrespectful to him. I weren't. He did a damn good job, and like I said, I really hope he comes back and they entrust him in directing more episodes, and you know, and he gets more confident and gains more experience as a director, if you see what I'm saying. Anyway, going into this one, I'm expecting big things. Guaranteed there's going to be like one of our main characters dying, or we think they're going to die. There's still the whole kind of mystery on what's happened over like the last 6 years, and the kind of tension between certain people, and why Michonne won't go back to Hilltop until now. Like, what's happened? Hopefully we'll get flashbacks. I don't think we'll get it in this episode. Maybe we'll get something that kind of hints at it. I don't know. They need to introduce the Whisperers and everything, so unless they've already dealt with them in the past and we just haven't really talked about it yet, and that's the kind of flashbacks, if you will. But then why did Rosita and Eugene look so scared when they heard him whispering? Like, I don't know. Anyway, no more rambling. We're going to get into this mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. Let's do this, man. See, like, I keep looking, and it's like, can we tell which one, like who's who, like who's the real walker and who's a whisperer, or just someone just in a bad mask? Like, you're too close to the camera, man. Move back.
We should go. There's a storm coming. Dog.
Dog. And I am so on board on the whole thing that if the dog dies, we riot. You know what I mean? If that dog dies. It is scary, man. I think that's something that this show's been kind of missing, is that kind of like scary horror kind of factor.
Riders are coming! Riders are coming!
Who?
Riders are coming!
Biters or riders? Oh, riders. It sounded like you were saying biters are coming. What's the deal with the tension? What?
They're good people looking for a home. I told them Hilltop would consider taking them in.
What? What in the fuck has happened in the last couple of years, man?
Just got these back.
As for the rest of you, you're gonna have to wait until Jesus gets back. And if you want to stay, I'm gonna have to talk to him. And you're gonna have to earn your keep.
She says thank you. We all do.
Okay.
To deal with the looks, man. What has happened? We better get like some proper flashbacks, not just like bits of dialogue here and there. It's almost as if she turned on him or something, because they look like they're not too happy to see her. Oh shit! Carol just took like, what? Wow, okay. Okay.
Hilltop is here, and Alexandria is there. And in between, there's a whole lot of broken world, and we cannot pretend otherwise. We've got to take care of our own now. It's just the way it is. It's a shame. It is. It was good to see you.
I don't get it, man. I really don't get it.
Talked Mr. Sutton into an advance on my pay. I got us some nails and screws for you to take home.
He didn't have to do that.
Aw.
I'll take good care of him.
It's all right. I wouldn't be leaving if I didn't trust him.
I'm gonna make you proud.
You already have.
Aw, man, I've got such a bad feeling something's going to happen to the kid. Such a bad feeling. Maybe not in the mid-season finale because it's still too early. But at some point, I can.
How's the first day going?
Good. Good. Yeah, Alden is showing.
He likes her.
You got plans after dinner?
Huh?
After dinner. Thought you might like to come over and spend the evening with Tammy and me.
Oh, I was gonna see if Enid wanted to.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, Mr. Sutton.
You know, I read something fascinating the other day.
Unlucky.
It's when odor molecules activate neurons in your nasal passages. So every time you come in here to change my bedpan, smell my shit, something that was actually in my ass goes right up your nose.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. I never know exactly which eye I'm supposed to look at. It's a little bit distracting.
What a dick. What a dick.
Have you ever been to Oceanside? They're really all women?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I should become a fisherman.
Hey, you should hang out with us tonight. Yeah, we got a place in the woods. We could show you a pass for fun around here.
Well, in the woods? Don't they shut the gates down at sundown?
You're telling me you've never snuck out of Kingdom? Dude, come on. Look, whatever's got you down, it's not worth it. All right? You just gotta keep moving forward. Life's too short.
Could this be the setup? They're gonna go out, something's gonna happen, someone's gonna get hurt or something.
Daryl took Jesus and Aaron this morning. They should be back any minute.
No, we have to help him. I know where he is. I'm gonna take you to him.
Rosita, stop. Okay, whatever's going on, they can handle it.
No, they can't. They have no idea what they're doing.
There's no way that's the same heart. They got us cut off.
No.
I'm really liking this, man. I really like the concept. It's about time they made the walkers actually scary again, you know? What?
Some sack of shit must have just fallen in.
Kind of dicks, ain't they?
Hey, what the hell?
What the fuck, kid?
I'm sorry.
Hey, asshole! What'd you do that for?
If I had to explain it, you wouldn't understand.
Whatever, man. I'm out of here.
Wow. Wow. He's a good kid. That's why I can see him dying at some point, man.
They're not dead in any sense that makes sense. It takes an impact to the cranium to stop them, which means the brain is alive. Degraded as it may be, and if it's alive, it can change.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start to remember things too, like having a talk.
What? It's not any crazier than the dead being alive in the first place.
It is true, man. That could actually happen. Really? It was the way he left last time, wasn't it? He just slammed it. Oh shit. Is he just going to pick up the ball and go back? Just close the gate and close the door and sit back in his cell? Guess not. Shit.
Good dog, keep him coming.
Wow. I guess they're kind of moving like sheepdogs. They're just kind of like moving the herd. Like there's probably like a few just on like the outside of like the group, kind of just moving them along. Is this where we see Jesus doing that like karate move in the promo where he like kicks and comes in with a sword or a knife or something? Nice. What? Where did she come from? Oh shit, okay. Is something gonna happen to Jesus? Because it's kind of having like a hero moment, man. Ooh. Oh shit!
Where you do not belong.
They've all got fucking weapons. Oh my god. Really? Circle round. Gonna end it. Out of everyone who could have died, Jesus was probably the last one I would have thought would have got took out. Actually, I thought Aaron was gonna die. Kind of a shame because Jesus is a pretty cool character, man. He is a pretty badass. But I guess when you look at it, like, he didn't want to accept like responsibility in Hilltop. So of course now Tara has to take lead. You know, she's been doing it anyway. So I don't see like the big deal in that. And how like Jesus was training Aaron, you know what I mean, kind of passing on his ways and shit. I guess you could say to a certain degree that they've kind of set this up a little bit. But still, the big question is, what the fuck has happened in the last 6 years that has got everyone pretty much mad at Michonne? And she said it herself. Like, I'd rather have them hating me, but they're still alive. You know what I mean? So she must have had to make some hard choices. Like, I just... Like I said, we better get some proper flashbacks, not no just bits of dialogue here and there explaining things. You know, I want flashbacks. And they could do it, because technically everyone who's there after the flashback was there, like, throughout the flashback, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not like we have to have flashbacks going all the way back to when Cole was alive or when Rick was still around. We don't have to have that. We're like, that time period is, like, everyone who's in the show now was in that time period, you know what I mean? So, I want to have, like, proper flashbacks, man. Or even kind of start it out, have like one episode just flashbacks, like go back over like the period of like the last 6 years, something. And then you end the episode with us back up to date and Michonne sat there all moody because of things that's happened in the past and everything. We learn about the fucking scars on their backs and it was a good mid-season finale. I still feel like it's... I don't know, man. I still feel like it's lacking a lot without Rick there. Rick was the main character. We was following him from day one. And now without him there, it's... I don't know. It just don't feel right for me. See, now the question is for me is am I going to be continuing this show when it comes back? Because, okay, if you don't know, I was a big fan of the show. Absolutely loved it, and then I felt like the storyline got a bit weak and flat, a bit boring. and I just kind of stopped watching it. I just kind of fell out of love with the show. This was around the time period of when Glenn died. I just kind of just stopped watching. And when Rick's final episode kind of came up, I thought, I've got to watch it. I've got to watch it and I'll react to it. Just one standalone reaction. But because they did that like preview of the next 3 episodes, I thought, shit, I actually like this. I like the idea of the time jump. I like the idea of kind of like resetting and starting fresh and moving the show forward. I really do like that concept. It's very interesting, but it's okay. Like, I did think about it, but I didn't say it because I think most people who don't live in the UK probably won't get the reference. But I did say, like when the kid was meeting all those other kids and everything, I said, is this the setup for something to happen? Like they're going to go out, get like have fun, and someone's going to get hurt or something. Like The Walking Dead to me kind of became like an episode of Casualty. Okay, if you know what that show is, then you probably get what I'm saying. But if you don't, it was a TV show about doctors and nurses in the accident and emergency kind of like department and shit. And every episode would basically start off the exact same way. Someone doing something just normal, kind of random, like everyday type of thing. And then there's some freak accident. Something would happen and they would have to get taken into hospital, and you know, there's some like kind of backstory as to why they were doing it and this, that, da, da, da. Just simple setup every time. But it's basically, I get the same type of feeling. It's like, where's the accident? Where's the setup? Because that's what they do really well with this show, is that they create these fake kind of setups for action. You know what I mean? They intentionally, it's not even like it's done smart. It's kind of very basic kind of setups, you know, like, oh, some guy needs to fix some cables to some lights, and he's put a ladder down on a slippery floor and he's climbing up the ladder to fix this thing. The floor's wet and it's going to slip. Oh my god, the danger. That's Casualty. It was kind of like, you know what was going to happen before it actually happened. You know what I mean? It's the same type of thing for this show. It's like, you know what's going to kind of happen before it actually happens. They set up, like I said in the other episode about how, like, when they went to that museum to get the cart, right? As soon as they walked in and you saw the glass flooring, I knew what was going to happen. Like, you have intentionally wrote it into the script for the floor to be made out of glass, so that as they're bringing the cart down, it's going to break and tension of someone might fall through and die or something. You know what I mean? It's that kind of Casualty type of setup that I notice a lot with The Walking Dead, and I've really grown to dislike it. I really have grown to dislike it. It's great when you don't notice it. Like, when you don't notice it, it's great. But a lot of the times, it's so formatted. Like, just with this episode, they were in a cemetery, right? I could be wrong, but I think they kind of went into like a cemetery. But like, they went through the wall into the cemetery, and then they tried to come out of it again through the gates that was locked or like stuck. Why even go into the cemetery in the first place? What was the point of going into the cemetery and then trying to come out of it? Apart from just the setup of that environment and the mist and smoke and, you know, the danger of trying to get through the gate. Like, it's the setups that's just simple to me, man. And like, I know like other shows, they kind of do it too. Like, there's always some type of simple setup for something to happen. But with those shows, it's like they're few and far in between, and when they do happen, they kind of have a point to it. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking flies. Maybe I'm just picking flies, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I don't know if I'm going to be coming back to it when it comes back next year. I'm not too sure when. Plus, I have been thinking about going back and revisiting the show since I last watched it. I don't think I will be doing like an edited like reaction, but I might do something. I don't know. I might just do the full lengths and throw them up onto my Patreon or something. I don't know. There's plenty of time between now and when the show comes back. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah. For now, give this video a thumb up if you like it. Comment down below, let me know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already, man. Alright? I've been SiTHFuRion. I'll catch you in the next one, man.